Hello, it's Screamby here in Batman and tmnt, two iconic comic book characters that in 2015 had a comics crossover. And and this comics crossover would lead to an animated direct-to-video animated film to commemorate Batman's 80th birthday. Now, before I usually mention much about the film, I'll have to mention my introduction to these characters, as they are can tell you my age, if my Twitter post did not give age away. My introduction to Batman was the Batman cartoon on Kids WB, the one where Bane was red, literally, the guy was red, and Harley Quinn was a talk show host. That was similar to like Dr. Oz and Phil. My introduction to tmnt was the 2003 incarnation. Yeah, I'm starting to show a little bit of my age. And that's basically it about it. The film has actually been reviewed by Godzilla Dillis and the nostalgia critic Andre Black Nerd and Portrayus. I have a physical copy of the film on Blu-ray. I got this because my mom actually asked what I wanted for Christmas. I asked for this and for this Mr. Fox and a bottle of Captain Run. I got 2 out of 3 of those things. So, now that you're caught up, it's ninja time. I mean, let's start the review. So our film starts with Batgirl investigating a lab. Then the Foot attack the lab, but Batgirl tries to take down the Foot, but the tmnt do. So Batman tries to track them down. The Turtles knock out Penguin's goons. Batman starts a fight, fights them, and basically kicks their asses. And cue this cool intro that they had with this very noir and very black and white coolness. It also features the Nickelodeon logo, which is both kind of cool and funny. And so we also get to meet the Shredder and Ra's al Ghul, who mutate the villains. And I'm kind of mixed with them. Some are pretty amazing, like Scarecrow, Bane, and Poison Ivy, and Mr. Freeze, who was able to actually make ice puns actually a lot better than the and Robin version. And I can also make this joke because of Bane's mutation. You nearly adopted the persona. I was born in it, molded in it. That was stupid, but I don't give a fuck. But some like Two-Face, with him being a two-headed cat, okay, that kind of makes some sense, like a Siamese cat. But the Joker has a cobra. I get he has Joker toxins, but that's not really a divine feature of him. It's planted down to his teeth. When Mark Hamill mentions how he did the Joker, he looked at a picture of him and it was his teeth. the T, you know, maybe like something like a shark or a hyena or even a piranha. You know, things that have teeth. Batman fights the Shredder. The Shredder defeats Batman and goes on his merry way. The Turtles find Batman's cave and they try to team up since, well, for obvious reasons, their villains are going to destroy the world. And that's how they resolve it. And then pizza, because it ain't the TMNT without some pizza. And skateboarding. And catchphrases they'll only use for that incarnation. We also meet Damian Wayne, Batman's biological son and the grandson of Ra's al Ghul. Ooh, this one's gonna get a little bit of some family drama. And so, Batgirl and Donnie basically try to make a retro mutant, or anti-ooze. Okay, I'll go with anti-ooze just because it's funny. Screw you, Batgirl. Donnie has the better name. And so they go to like the place where Joker became the Joker, and some well-animated fight scenes, and possibly a bat nipples reference, if you're going to say that. And the ways they try to defeat these villains are quite well good. Like, you want to know something? The way they defeat Poison Ivy, they just walk away. They just walk away. No, really, because since she's a Venus flytrap, she just can't get to them. She's trapped in the floorboards. But the rest aren't really as easy. Scarecrow basically gives him good, but Joker and Harley turn Batman into an actual bat. That looks creepy. After Leo gets from Scarecrow's Nightmare on Elm Street like hallucination, but the Turtles and Batgirl and Robin turn Batman back to his regular self with something that was untested, and they do it Pulp Fiction style. And the final, and we then also enter some pretty well chase scene that every other reviewer has talked about it, and we see the Turtles fight Ra's al Ghul and defeat him by kick him in the nuts. You cannot make this shit up. Wow, that's like the 4th swear word I said in this video. Batman defeats Shredder, and also says Cowabunga because turtles. And Mikey stops the machine that's gonna turn everyone into mutated Joker crazies by punching it. Like, just destroy it. Just like how Ben Tennyson did in an episode of like this incarnation of Ben 10 where he basically destroys the robot by tampering with it. And the film ends with Batman buying the TMNT pizza, probably thanks to his Batman credit card. On to the things I do not like about this film. Other than the Joker thing, maybe the third act, I got a little bored from it. Not by much, just it just kind of got a little bored for some reason. Now, other things I like about this film, other than, the basically animation stuff and some of the references, I have to mention most of the mutations are really top-notch. For some examples, here's what the comics versions of the mutations are. Other than adding some other villains, some they haven't been, but wait a minute. Such as, not very much change, just with some having different mutations. Some that actually make a lot better sense, some that are actually quite a lot better than what they are. Overall, this film is really good. Like, I'm basically being a broken record because that's what everyone says about this film. Like, this film was too good for what it should be. You have this serious detective next to basically Mad Magazine The Ninjas. And it just works. The film had plenty of work. Even the credits actually had plenty of good work on it. And the post-credits entity is a sequel. Actually, the comics the comic crossovers actually have some sequels. 3 to be exact. A total of 3 of them. But the possibilities of a 4th one are not that likely. Here's the thing. IDW, the publisher, the current license holders of the tmnt, are basically on their way to liquidation, as they have not been doing good in recent years, and they've actually lost plenty of licenses. But there might be hope for that, as Viacom, the current owners of TMNT, could do something with it. As for DC, they've actually gone for worse. And the popularity of these characters aren't slowing down. With TMNT getting another new series and future films, one of them being by Seth Rogen. And there's even going to be a new Batman film called The Batman. I had to pause the recording just to have a little bit of sigh. Now I have to be specific on the introduction. At least there's gonna be a new Mountain Dew. I really enjoyed Ginger Snaps, so this must be good. What do you mean this promotion is cancelled? Son of a